The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, a bit of technical difficulties there. Let me know if you can hear me now, if that's better. Spam the link in the Skype chat a little bit. It looks like we've got about half of everybody who has gone back. Is the audio better now? Can you hear me? Good. Good. Okay, great. All right. So what we started off by talking about is DelawareSEO.org. I'm not going to go over there because I don't want to fire up YouTube. I think it's better if I don't, even though it's a very small video. Hopefully, keep my GoToWebinar thing from crashing. So we had a couple of questions about that video. Joe was wondering why I put the girl in the middle, and then someone was asking if it was intentional when I went quiet with the phone number. I don't. Did you guys hear my answers to that? Probably you didn't. I'll just restate them for now. So there's a lead gen page that we put up on DelawareSEO.org, and it's we used list eruption for it. I'll give you guys a link if you want to have a look at list eruption. I was pretty happy with it actually. omgmachines.com/list eruption. So this is it's a WordPress press plugin that Mark Thompson made up, and so that's what we used to make the actual page itself. And then I made the video. So the way I shot the video was I was at a coffee shop, and it was very loud. So I went outside and I recorded a voice memo with my cell phone, and that's what the main audio track is that you're listening to. And then what I did was Jason Calori found this site called videoblocks.com. I think I can pull it up. Video. And this is a site where they have kind of various stock footage for YouTube videos and just stock footage for videos. Actually, this is a good one. The one that they're showing right now, that cityscape, is a good one. And I just pulled 3 stock video clips and 1 stock audio clip, which is the kind of the music that you hear in the background. And I wonder if everyone realizes that no, it's not Tuscan. I know, Ryan. It looks like it does look like Tuscan. I wonder, we kind of lost some people there. I wonder if we can get. Wonder if we can get everyone back on. It looks like we lost a few people. I feel bad about that. I don't want to lose anybody. Let me look back on Facebook and see if I can help people somewhat reconnect. So basically, that's how I made up that video. Let's see. Yeah, here's the new links right here. Let me put after Webby crashed. Oh, whoops. That's not the link. Let's see if I can grab the link from GoToWebinar. I'll just grab it from Skype. Damn it. All kinds of technical difficulties today. Copy link. Okay, great. All right. Let's see how we're doing attendance-wise with the Webby. All right. Well, we got most everybody back. I apologize to anybody who missed it out. Hopefully, everyone will kind of be able to get back in. So, anyways, yes, it's not a Tuscan theme. I kind of am reluctant to pull it back up on the site, but it's something called List Eruption, which is a plugin, and it's got a few things on the a few viral things on the back end. It lets you put together little little lead gen contests where people can mail their friends, or they can Facebook like you, or tweet you, or whatever, and they can get additional bonuses and so forth. But that's not really the reason why I was doing it. The reason I did it was I just thought it was like a good looking theme for lead generation. We kind of want to have like a number of, I think it's not so much a good looking theme, but a good looking plugin for lead generation. I know Joe's been working on a theme for, or at least some version of a theme for lead generation. So I think it's something that's always interesting to NHBers to figure out, like, what way to do it. So what I did with that video was I grabbed 3 stock video clips from videoblocks.com, and then a stock audio clip, and then I created a .png file, and the .png is like the image that's there, and for the call to action, for the phone number, and all that kind of stuff. And that's generally how I did it. And I got to tell you, I think it's really good. I mean, I think that video is going to be really, really effective for for getting phone calls, and getting getting people either to sign up for the free SEO Fast Start Guide, or to actually make a good phone call. Let's see. Brian says there's a good deal with Video Blocks now, just 20 downloads a day for 7 days. Yeah, that could be good. You could just use it to, just grab some videos that you like. And yeah, it's free. Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to know about Video Blocks. So let me just, and that's something that Jason Calori came up with, and he wanted you to know about. So let's see, videoblocks.com. Yeah, I thought the music worked out really great. I really did. I was actually just really pleased with the whole thing. I just typed in business, and okay, Tim asked why the girl's in there. So the girl's in there because I wanted to really, yeah, Mark Wood's like 140 video clips. I could do a lot with that. Yeah, definitely. Just get in there and do it. It's great. I put the girl in there because I especially wanted, at least at some point during the video, we've talked about this a lot during our Money Getting Webby sessions, but I really always want to have that feeling when somebody hits my webpage of someone looking back at them, at least at that key moment when I'm asking them to take the call to action to pick up their phone and call us. And so it's a little bit of a pattern interrupt. I'm trying to kind of snap them into a kind of a moment of real clear awareness, where they're, now there's this woman looking back at them, and I'm telling them to call. And so it's just kind of a moment where, like, I'm really trying to kind of like get their attention, if that makes sense. So it's just kind of a little sneaky attention getting moment in there. I don't think it's too over the top. It's only a few seconds with her. Is it important for her to be half naked? She's not half naked, Daphne. She's wearing a, she's got clothes on. It's not like she's like in a sexy bikini or lingerie or anything like that. I think that she's appropriately dressed. I just I went on Video Blocks, and I just typed in girl, and there she was there, and she just looks fine. David said half naked is good. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a moment in there. I really don't think it's over the top, because it just happens for a few seconds in there. Kristen says everyone will pause it. I don't think anybody's gonna pause it, Kristen. I mean, she's, again, that woman. She's like a pretty, like, average, normal, all American, whatever girl. She's just smiling. She's not like licking her lips, and you're funny, Kristen. But part of the reason why I did that was just in case. So YouTube picks what are called poster frames. They pick them a little bit randomly. I was going to try to log into YouTube. Hopefully this won't, like, last time I tried to log into YouTube, everything went awry. But I'm going to try to log into YouTube here so I can show you what this looks like. So let's see. If I go to the video manager. Okay, so like this video with me. Let's see if I can look at it. Yeah, if I go to edit, you see these three options, these three different thumbnails that are here, then this is something that we really found from our Area 51 lifestyle business. That's oftentimes our videos would have like really different moments that were kind of particularly interesting or particularly exciting, and you'd have again, YouTube kind of just picks different moments. So let's see, let's take a look at the Vitamix video here. Yeah, so like this moment where he's kind of pouring, I don't know how well you can see this. Let me kind of zoom in on it. This moment where he's kind of pouring the Vitamix, he's filling up the cups. That's much more interesting than this moment here where there's just a guy talking, or this moment here. Now, it could possibly be that this moment's better with kind of three girls huddled around, kind of looking, staring at what's going on. But anyways, I thought that this was better for Vitamix and so forth. So I mean, I pay a little bit of attention to that. It's nothing like especially over the top important, but I wanted to give myself a chance of having that girl be in the be in one of these three thumbnails. So putting her kind of towards the middle of the video, I thought would be useful, because we might just kind of get lucky there, and maybe that would work like a little bit better. Mark said, yeah, it's a little frustrating. You can never get the frame you want. Yeah, that's the thing is I try not to get neurotic with it. As long as there's a usable frame, I try to just pick it and move forward. Although I am willing to kind of re-upload a video a couple times to try to get the frame that I want, if that makes sense. But really the purpose of me making that video was to show you what you can do with video blocks. And I think that that'll wind up being really different. I just took different video clips and just doing voiceover stuff. I've talked to a lot of NHBers here, and a lot of you, I mean, everyone who I've talked to has a good voice. Brian Halliday, you've got a really great voice. Joe Marfolio's got a great voice. I mean, like, it's kind of dead obvious to me that, and you can also remember you can mix in PowerPoints as well. If you want to, and you don't even actually have to use Microsoft PowerPoints. You can download OpenOffice, and OpenOffice has a version of PowerPoints that looks great. And it's 100% free. So, is that like a little bit eye-opening to you? Because one of the things I was thinking about is, as we're putting together all these, line drawing videos and so forth, like even if it's just $5 to have the video made, then I don't know. I mean, maybe you pay yourself $5 to work 10 minutes on a video. I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of fine, right? Like, and then you're certainly saving at least, it's kind of funny. I mean, yeah, you can say a Fiverr gig is going to be $5, but it's also like $5 in some amount of work, right? So Joe says here, yeah, actually, Joe, let me bring you live right now. I'm curious for Joe to kind of talk about things for a second, because Joe's got quite a bit of experience with this. So let me just pull up Joe, where are you? There you are. All right, Joe, I'm going to make you an organizer. That way, that way Joe can also see the questions that you guys have. So, Joe, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. Thanks so much for coming live, Joe. Can everyone hear Joe?
All right. Well, I'm on my laptop, so hopefully it comes across okay.
Yeah. I think I can hear you well. Can everyone give me a 1 if you can hear? Yeah, give me a 1 if you can hear Joe well, and give me a 2 if it's a little fuzzy. Yeah, everyone can hear you. Okay, great. Now, first of all, with the idea of doing Fiverr gigs, Joe, I know you're quite experienced with stuff like Fiverr gigs. About how long does that take to do, like a Fiverr gig altogether, in your experience?
Well, it just depends on what you're doing. Like for making you mean have somebody make a video for you, like a PowerPoint video or something? It just, it depends. Anywhere from 24 hours to a week. I mean.
Yeah. See, and that's part of the thing is the delay of it. Right. Yeah. That's kind of one of the things I wanted to point out. And there's kind of a deeper lesson. But like when you watch that video that I put up on Delaware SEO, I'm not saying it's wow, over the top, the greatest thing ever, and we should start, spending $10,000 a week to broadcast on television or anything like that. But really, the special thing about it was I did it pretty fast. I mean, it took me all of 10, 15 minutes, and then it was done. And then there's no cost. So I just kind of wanted to contrast that against the experience of, because I mean, I think it probably takes at least 10 or 15 minutes of hard time to even put up a Fiverr job and kind of go through the resumes and stuff.
Yeah, and it all depends on what you're doing too. Like, you know, for me, the videos we make, you know, PowerPoint, Sparkle videos, and I have a gal in the Philippines that makes them for me. Um, but if you know, if you find, you can find a guy on Fiverr that'll do Sparkle videos, and if you need 10 of them done, you know, once you find someone who can do them, and you know, then you can just keep giving it to them. And you know, we have a real simple. I have a girl that writes the script. I have a girl from Fiverr that does the voiceover, and I have a gal that makes my videos.
Right. So you've got it really systematized at this point.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
All right,
Um,
and I kind of wanted to point out like what I was doing, because I'd like you to talk a little bit more about that. I think that's extremely valuable. But also at the same time, for like little onesie twosies, I do think it's still valuable just to be able to just sling together your own video and just getting it up and out.
yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Now, Brian's
Oh, yeah.
asking, Brian's all excited, and I'm excited as well. So I've given everyone a demo of what like a free video can look like, 100% free, that you just do with your own effort and your own focus. Joe, do you think that you can walk people through a little bit more the details of how you do? Obviously, this is just NHB or NHB exclusive material here, but do you think you can walk people through a little bit more, like how you arrived at the current process that you're doing, where you've got an outsourcer in the Philippines putting together PowerPoints for you, another outsourcer, a girl who's doing voiceovers for you, and then what are you doing from there? And then now you're still using Sparkle, right? So she's the outsourcer in the Philippines is kind of operating with a combination of PowerPoint and Sparkle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been doing this, right, for a little while, doing various different things. So I had this gal in the Philippines who did really good PowerPoint videos, and she did my editing.
How did you find her?
I actually found her on Odesk, and I was just looking for someone who knew how to do videos, and I probably went through 3 or 4 people, and I made a real specific, you know, outline of what I needed. They needed to be able to do videos, PowerPoint, needed to do YouTube, they needed to have samples of their work, and I was extremely detailed on what I needed. Now, I don't.
What were some of the details that you put out there for people?
You know, I'm trying to look through my email, but you know, I want them first in Odesk. I always filter. I filter where I want them to be 4.5 or 5-star, right? That's real important. Then I search country. If it's like videos and stuff, I'll do, you know, worldwide. If it's something, if I need something more detailed, I'll look locally, like in the United States. But for video, you know, I'll filter it by basically by the stars and the feedback. And then I put down, you know, I'm looking for someone who could create videos. They must know PowerPoint. If I'm looking for Sparkle, I'll say they must know how to use Sparkle videos. Must know how to use Chrome key, which is green screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if I give them a green screen video, they can put a background on it. Must know how to upload it to YouTube. And then I ask them for some samples of their work. And I say it's a 2-week trial. And I'm going to be testing out, you know, multiple people. So when the people who come back to me, oh, and also at the bottom I put, in your response put, and then I just put some odd word, you know, like octopus or something, just something odd, so that I know that they read the entire.
Yeah, Stephen Shea was talking about doing that as well in a little interview that we do, like having kind of like a little, so you know you're not just getting copy paste responses with somebody who's just not paying attention.
Right, exactly, and then I let them know too that, hey, that they have to, you know, that they're going to be competing for this position, that, you know, that it's not permanent. I'm not hiring you permanent right now. This is temporary to see how you do. And so from there, I'll get some responses back, and then I'll give them each a task to do, and I see how fast they respond, you know, how fast they get the job done, you know, and what what kind of job is it. Even if sometimes they come back and they don't might know everything exactly, but if they how to do everything exactly, but if they respond very well and if they make changes fast, then then I'll take them over someone who really knows what they're doing, but takes a week to get back to me.
Right.
Because outsourcers, especially out of country, I find you'll get some and they'll give you every excuse in the world.
Right.
Like I've been in the hospital, I've been here, I've been there.
Yeah, my grandmother died, my mother died, my father died.
No, when I first started, I swear, I even emailed somebody back and said, look, it seems like everybody in the Philippines goes in the hospital.
Let me clarify something really quickly for David, for David Gassaway. David, what Joe is saying is, as a part of filling out a kind of a job request on Odesk, one of the things that Joe is doing, and we saw Stephen Shea was doing this as well, is he's putting in kind of a word like at the end of it saying, make sure to include this word in your reply, kind of so I know you're paying attention. So he might put the word, octopus or Bellagio or whatever, just a word in there, and then that way, you're not getting just somebody who's just going through and spamming copy and paste responses, because you really want people to be kind of with it and aware of what you're talking about. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Oh no. So anyway, I mean that's kind of how I go about finding people, and the biggest thing with outsourcers is you're probably going to go through a few of them, before you find the ones you really
it's a little bit like dating. You don't especially think that you're necessarily going to meet your wife, your future wife or future husband, like, the first person you walk out your door. You're like, okay, now I'm dating, and you walk out your door, and the first person you lay eyes on, you're like, let's get married.
Right, and two, like if you're just starting, you don't need to go through all that trouble. I don't think it's like what you said. I mean, you can throw a video together like you did, or you get somebody on Fiverr. Man, there's people on Fiverr doing sparkle videos, and even I think there's somebody in NHB, Tobo. I think is that his name? Tobo?
Yeah, Tobo's doing them. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So it might cost you a little more, but you can do them like that before you really got to go get a bunch of outsourcers.
You were just a second ago mentioning green screening. Can you talk a little bit about your experience with that?
Right. So what we do.
Does everyone here know what green screen is? Let me just kind of pull up. I'm just going to search green screen in YouTube.
Yeah. If you want to, I have a video we did that did not take off like I thought it would, but it shows you an example.
Something that didn't work.
Well, no, it's the it's just the niche we were going after wasn't great.
So I'm pulling this up. This picture that I pulled up here is an example of green screen. So this is called chroma key. This is a particular color of green, and this green is actually the furthest color from the human skin tone that they can come up with. There's actually a blue that does the same kind of thing, but this green, and then there's a blue screen thing that does kind of the same thing. And what happens is it allows you to sort of especially replace the background. With video editing software, you can especially replace the background with a different kind of background, or with just a kind of a neutral white or something like that. And it kind of particularly stands out. It's one way of really standing out in video. And Joe's putting together an example for us of how this works.
Yeah, if you just Google San Diego traffic ticket attorneys, you'll see my video pop up there.
San Diego traffic ticket attorneys. Okay. So is this right here? This number 2 video. All right.
Right.
So I'm going to click on this video. Now Joe's an organizer, so if my internet crashes, I'll be able to come back up. So, all right, here we go. So this is San Diego Law Center, and I'll paste the actual link into the chat. Ah, shoot.
Okay.
so you've just gotten a traffic ticket. It happens to the best of us. But now you're facing a pretty hefty fine, probably a few $100s, as well as the option of language in the traffic school or getting saddled with points on your criminal record, which is sure to shoot up your attorney. What are you going to do? Meekly lie down and pay your ticket, or fight to get that ticket overturned?
All right, great. It's kind of, the video's kind of hanging up for me, so I'm gonna jump back out of it. Joe, are you still there? Can you still hear me? I just want to make sure my internet didn't crash.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just if there's background noise.
No problem at all. Okay, so obviously what you're doing with that video is you have that actor that you like to use, and then you did a green screen background and you made it look like an office. So really he was standing in front of a green screen like what we're seeing right here, but it looked like he was in like an office setting. And but by the way, I'm
yeah. So
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, basically, what we did with that is that that's just an example of a Chrome key, and what we've done too is for some of our other clients, we'll put like a truck in the background, or we'll do different backgrounds.
Right.
And that video, I mean, that video is okay. We did it like as a kind of a trying to get leads off of it, and we get a few leads. I think he went a little over the top in his presentation.
Sure.
But there's four basic things when we produce a video for a client and even for lead gen that we try to hit. We find when someone's looking for any type of service, especially SEO, I think this applies more than anything else. But the first thing on their mind is that you don't understand my problem. My problem's unique. Whether they're trying to rank their site, whether there's something wrong with their house, how do I know that you're gonna really, really understand my problem? Then how do I know you're qualified? And then what if I don't like what you do? And then what if you do doesn't work for me? So in our videos, we try to hit those 4 points.
So the 4 points. Let's make sure to clearly outline these 4 points. So one is I have a unique problem, and that's what the person who's watching is thinking. I have a unique problem. Other people are not having this problem. I have an unusual or even possibly unique problem. So I just broke up with my girlfriend, and it's an unusually bad breakup. I feel unusually bad. Something's really wrong, and it's just really rough. So you don't understand my problem. How do I know that you're qualified? So yeah, you're giving me answers here, but how do I know that you're qualified? Like what makes you the person who can answer my question? Number 3, well, what if I give it a try and it doesn't work, right? Like now what? And then 4, yeah, maybe it works for other people, but is it going to work for me? I'm a unique, special person. I'm a 24-year-old, girl from rural Tennessee. Surely, it can't work for me, just like it worked for that big city girl that you posted about in your video, or like some kind of way of making it feel, well, will it work for me?
Yeah, right, exactly. So say like if you did window coverings, right? The gal gets on the video and says, hey, here at so-and-so window coverings, there's not a window that we haven't covered in all of San Diego. We've seen, big windows, small windows, vertical, whatever, and you name, hardest type of windows.
We've done energy efficiency,
Right.
We've done stained glass.
Right. So, and then how do I know you're qualified? We've been doing this for over 25 years and served thousands of customers. We have a solid guarantee that if you don't like what we do, we'll do it over. You don't have to pay.
We have a AAA, Better Business Bureau ranking, or check out our dozens of testimonials. Right. So those are hot points that you're trying to take care of, sort of content wise. It looks like Brian Halliday posted a link with video blocks. Brian, when did you do this this video? Just kind of curious. This is Injury Lawyer. Did it yesterday. That's awesome. I don't know how well this is going to work for me.
If you suffered an accident because of someone else's negligence and through no fault of your own, then let our lawyers fight your case guaranteed.
Yeah, I think this is, from what I'm seeing, it's really good. The video is kind of hanging up for me. But yeah, this is the link for it. So yes. Now, Joe, a lot of what you're doing is outsourcing. What Brian just put up there is yet another example of being able to just kind of a little bit do it yourself. And a big part of it, things for you, Joe, is like you're doing a lot of videos. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean yeah, like for my clients, we do 10 of those Chrome key videos. Then we take the voiceover, and then we make 10 Sparkle videos, and then we'll use the voiceover again, make 10 PowerPoint videos.
Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, but that's, that's for higher end clients too. It's not like, I mean, if you're doing
what would a client be? What are you going to charge a client for doing 30 videos like that?
Well, like we just picked up a client right now, right? A new client. So he's $9,000 up front and then $2,000 a month.
Right.
And then so we shoot on the setup, we do his website, shoot the videos. And the way I get him hooked on the $2,000 a month and keep him hooked is we say we produce 2 new videos each month.
Right. So what you're really doing is you're making all 30 of the videos up front and then just leaking them out 2 at a time.
Right. Yeah. Or yeah, exactly. Or we make the 10, the green screen, where we get the voiceover, and then each month we just make 2 videos.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And then they keep coming because we rank each video for a new keyword term. So every month, because with clients, the biggest thing is a report at the end of the month. Is what have you done this month? So
I think what you're saying is like really terrifically brilliant. I want to kind of like get everyone kind of just stop and listen to what Joe's saying here. I think this is actually kind of a key, sort of a classic NHB moment here that I really want everyone to hear about. What is it that I want you to kind of go into my mind. Why am I having such a strong reaction? Because I am. I think that what Joe is saying is particularly important, but there's a premise that he's using. There's something that kind of underlies what he's saying that to me makes it especially valuable. And I'd like you to kind of guess at what, like kind of try to go into my mind and think what it is that I think that Joe's doing that's so special, that's so remarkable, that we just should kind of just stop and take note. So just throw your guesses out there. If you don't want to make your guess public, you can type it in the GoToWebinar chat. If you want to make it public, just throw it out there. And of course, whatever you say is good. It kind of adds to the discussion. So what is it that I think, when Joe says, what I'm doing with clients is I'm charging quite a bit of money, $9,000 up front, $2,000 per month. I'm doing this whole package where they're going to get like a big badass OMG style website that ranks for a bunch of keywords. And ultimately, they're going to be getting 30 videos. That's going to be 10 green screen videos that I'm going to take the audio and do a Sparkle video for each, and then do a PowerPoint video for each. And then we're going to leak them out 2 a month for different keywords. And then what's really key is the monthly report. That's really what they're looking for. So I'm kind of handing back what he said. I sort of spoke it back in my own words. So let's see what some of the reactions are. Josh says, making him stand out from his competition, it certainly does that. Michael says, retaining the client for more services and residual income. That's definitely true. Brian says, he's giving them tangible value. Brian actually hit upon almost exactly what I was thinking of. And it's not that my point was the only valid one, but there's 2 things that matter value-wise. One is actual value, and one is perceived value. And the crazy thing is that you can be NHB or Wayne Boss yesterday just sent me an email. I'm actually going to put a dispatch out about this later on today. It was really eye-opening because he had put up a plumber site for his sister and for his brother-in-law, and he asked them, if they were getting phone calls from it. And they're like, no, we're not getting phone calls from it. And he was a little bit disheartened. And then he put up the call forwarding so he could track the phone calls coming in. But it turns out that he was getting 1 or 2 phone calls every single day from him. In fact, his brother that very day, it turned out that the big job that he had landed that day came through the website, and it totally changed everything for Wayne, because the value proposition was the same, but what happened was now there was a perception of value. And you have to have that perception of value. One of the things that Joe's doing here that's extremely strong is he's making sure that the perception of value is lining up with the real value. Joe, am I kind of putting words in your mouth, or is that accurate?
No, it's exactly accurate. It's, you're giving them both the value and the perception of value. Like, that's why I say the report, like when you're dealing with clients, that's why the report, they want to know what you're doing, because even if they're getting phone calls, and they're paying you a couple of grand a month or whatever it is, and they're getting phone calls, and you're not telling them and showing them that you're doing stuff every month, they think you're not doing anything.
This is a key teachable moment. Like this is really big. Like and not just for people who already have clients, but for people who want to get clients. Now, Joe, do you tell people up front that they're going to get a monthly report?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I really haven't heard anybody talking about that yet. And again, we have a lot of top guns, a lot of people that are really kicking butt, but I think that's really important. So Paul wants to know, so what do you put in the report and what format is it in? I think that Joe's got a handful situation there. It's taking valuable time out of his Mother's Day. All right, so we'll try to get an answer back from Joe on that sooner rather than later.
Okay, I'm here. Sorry about that.
No problem. I heard it start happening, so go ahead.
Just my son. Okay. But okay. So, what was I? Oh, the report. Yeah. So, no, the report. In the report, we do that. We go through the analytics, show them where they're ranking, and we always try to put something good in the report. Maybe they're usually every month their visitors are going up, but maybe one month it's stale. Well, so in the report we won't focus on how many visitors are going in the website. We'll focus on how their bounce rate got lowered, or how your site got visited this many pages, and then we'll kind of talk about what we did for the month, and so it's kind of complicated to just go over, but we try to put in as many things as we can. I use a service called Bright Local.
Okay, let's look that up. Is that brightlocal.com?
Yeah, and it's a decent service. It's about $34 a month, and it does what I need, and it generates ranking reports, it generates SEO reports, it generates Google local tracking reports, and citation reports.
Yeah, and again, if you're not at the level where you're ready to pay an additional $34 a month for Bright Local, at least look through what they offer, and you can still offer that to your customers manually. And then once you ramp up, then obviously once you get more and more clients, then it makes kind of more sense to then start automating a little bit more.
Right, and then there's also other tools that you can do ranking searches for. I just like it because when it searches the rankings, it'll search Google, Yahoo, Bing. It'll search for videos. It'll search for anything that's ranking with their name and address on it.
Right.
So when I give them the report, maybe I say, hey, in Yahoo, we're number 2, right? So you can twist it any way you want to. But when I first started, I didn't use them. I just did everything manually.
I really like what you just said. Can you explain a little bit more? I know where you're going with it, but can you explain a little bit more when you say you twist it?
Right. So like I said, say their rankings doesn't move up in Google. Let's even say some of it, sometimes it moves down, right? A space or two. I'll refocus on something that's positive. I'll say, look, in Yahoo, we're number 1 for this term, and Bing we're number 3. Your video's showing up in Yahoo, and I'll always find the positive and show them the positive. And they don't, my clients do not go into these reports in depth. They don't sit there and analyze them. They're too busy. They just want to know, hey, Joe is doing something, and then he has a plan for next month, because I always lay out the plan for next month. So I say, this month we created 2 web pages, 2 videos. Here's where you're ranking. Blah blah blah. We're gonna do this. We did this, this, and that. We're dominating Google Local, because the report will show how many citations we have, how many links we have. I say, look, we have more than anybody else. And I say next month what we're going to do is we're going to create a video on this keyword. We're going to go after this. We're going to do this. So they know that stuff is happening.
Yeah,
and,
I think
that's really, really important.
Yeah, and let me get to a deeper lesson from this, and we'll after we're done talking about this. But this is such a valuable wellspring, and I really want to appreciate you, Joe, for coming out with this, sharing your valuable time. What you're really dropping bombs today. This is really excellent stuff. One of the things that me and David Mills have a lot of success with conversion, and really having like long lifetime value with our customers and so forth, is we really try to focus in on telling a story over time that makes sense to them, and where they understand what their place is in the story and what benefits them. So, what Joe's doing here is he's kind of telling a story for his local clients of the growing success of their web presence, and he's putting it together in terms that they understand. That what he's doing is he's going through the data to show them how things are improving. And of course they are improving, but he's highlighting it in a particular way that helps them kind of keep step with things, helps them be proud about that $2,000 per month that they're sending over to him. That helps them feel good about that $9,000 up front that they sent to him. And it's going to help him get referrals and just going to help him ramp things up as time goes on. Now, what does this mean if you have, let's say, your own product or an affiliate business? Well, if you're doing affiliate marketing, maybe you're building a list with it. You need what your offers are coming out to people. They need to kind of make cohesive sense over time. If one day you say Facebook sucks, and then the next day you're saying, hey, you need this Facebook fan page building software, and then the page after that you say Twitter sucks, and then the day after that it's here you need this Twitter marketing software. Unfortunately, that's a lot of what happens. And it's funny because it's not even that everyone on your list will necessarily resent you or feel like you're a phony or a fraud, but what they will do is they'll start feeling like, and Joe pointed this out, they'll start feeling like, well, maybe this is for other people, maybe this is working for other people, but maybe this isn't working for me. And what Joe's really doing here is he's really targeting the experience that this is for you, like that me as, Joe's Las Vegas carpet cleaners or whatever, that this service is particularly, that I as Joe, the carpet cleaner in Las Vegas, I made a particularly smart decision by going with Joe Marfolio here because, wow, I mean, I'm getting these reports and my stuff is shooting up, my stock is shooting up. I'm up in Yahoo and I'm up in Bing. Yeah, I dipped a little bit in Google, but my YouTube videos are crushing it. My local citations are crushing it. 9 out of 10 things are on the rise. I mean, this is incredible. Is that kind of like, once again, am I kind of putting words in your mouth, Joe, or do you think that's accurate?
No, that's exactly, that's exactly accurate. It's just giving them that stuff is being taken care of and stuff's going on, keeping them up to date.
Yeah, and it
So
also
I think
shows,
you hit the nail right on the head.
Well, and I'll tell you something else. A core thing that you're signaling is that you're working hard and that you care. Like, I mean, one of the things, like what I'm doing right now, like I'm in Las Vegas and currently I'm staring out at the Bellagio pool and, I'm right across the street from the Bellagio. That's why I kept saying Bellagio earlier, because it's just what I'm seeing. And yeah, it looks beautiful, beautiful skyline, but really, I'm working 12-hour days while I'm here. I'm at a big conversion conference for the online dating world. All the guys from Mark Ling and Dow of Badass and Travis Sago and Vin DiCarlo. Those guys are all here sharing and masterminding about various conversion stuff, whiteboard videos, how that's working for them, upsells, downsells, cross sells, cross pollination, how they're managing their list. And these are all great nuggets that I'm going to be able to bring back and share with NHBers and with OMGers. And so, it's much better for you to know that I'm doing that rather than, hey, I'm, sitting in the basement of my mom's house, playing video games and smoking pot or something. I don't know. Of course, you probably don't think that of me, but definitely, you definitely prefer to get information from the first guy rather than the second guy, if that sort of makes sense. Well, Joe,
yeah,
go ahead, Joe.
Well, no, I was gonna say exactly what you're saying. That adds value. Even though everyone's in NHB, you guys bring good stuff all the time. But just the fact to say, hey, I'm here at this conference, this high-level conference, or this high-level mastermind, and I'm bringing stuff back to you guys that I'm learning here. That's the value right there, and that's something people may not know, but it's going to probably keep them happy and keep them, that hey, this guy is really going out there and he's going to bring us some stuff we couldn't get otherwise.
Well, right, and I want to have the perception and the reality that it's all happening. That's really what I want everyone to know, is that it's all happening. And there's two ways of having that be the case. One is to actually have it be all happening, right? So have that be true. But then there's also the perception of it. Like one of the things that people see a lot of inside of OMG is you see a lot of testimonials. You see people who are crushing it, like Fletch or like Wayne or there's just so many different people. But the thing is, it could be the reality that people are crushing it. And if you didn't hear about it, if you didn't see the testimonials and hear the videos and, get to hear from Joe Marfolio and stuff like that, the reality would be the same, but the perception of it would be so much more impoverished and pathetic, and it wouldn't feel like it's all happening. It'd feel like, maybe you need to look somewhere else where it might be happening. And so that winds up being kind of particularly important. Actually, I want to tell you, I was talking to a guy who's got a real monster fitness and bodybuilding list. It's Adonis Fitness. He's quite a player. And he was talking to me about email marketing last night, and he was saying that he actually has a lot of success promoting stuff like Tao of Badass or, Double Your Dating or any of these like dating offers, conversation chemistry like Mark Lang does or whatever. And he said that the way he's successful with it is he'll kind of talk to his list about not so much about the product, but the person behind the product, because he really wants to create, when he's sending out emails or doing webinars or putting posts up on Facebook or whatever, he really wants people, like when he's doing these affiliate offers, he wants the people on his list to give, that new sales letter video the benefit of the doubt, to really come to things with a blank slate. And I thought that was like a particularly nice insight, and it's the kind of thing that I'm getting here right and left. So there really is a lot of value to it. But again, if I don't tell you the backstory, if I don't tell you what's going on with it, and I'm saying this, it's a little bit of a tangent, but I want to go back and really focus in on what Joe said there about the reports about bringing people along, like telling them a cohesive story at the beginning. Medical malpractice. Does anybody know the real cause of medical malpractice? Type it into your Skype window. It's a single, very clear-cut reason that the doctors get sued for medical malpractice. So everyone type in your kind of guesses about this, and we will answer all these questions. It's great. Actually, Mike Legal's got a great question that we'll want to answer as well. Try to get to everyone's answers here. Okay, so Tim Edwards says attorneys. Big Al says bad bedside manner. Jenna Carl says mistakes. Mark says depends on how much they like the doctor. See if we have any other guesses here. This is actually a really key thing to understand, because it's something that Joe is doing extremely well here. Doctor's reputation with the patient, if the doctor cares. Okay, these are all good guesses. The answer is surprising. The answer is if the doctor said, if the doctor did what the doctor said he was going to do. So I'll give you two scenarios. A doctor says, hey, you've got, this bad situation, your arm is falling off, whatever, right? So, you're sick. and I've got this shot that I can give you. I think it's the right thing to do, but I can't be sure. There's a 50% risk that, your other arm is going to fall off if I do it, but I think it's worth it. And anyway, so I'm going to give you this shot, and as long as that's okay with you. And the patient says, yeah, it's okay with me. Now that's a pretty crazy scenario, right? Like, 50% chance your other arm is going to fall off. It's not going to work, whatever. But that doctor will not get sued, okay? Because what he said he was going to do and what he did do matched, okay? Whereas you can have another doctor, like, on the TV show House or whatever, where there's this doctor who's, kind of constantly shooting from the hip and all this stuff, doing all this crazy stuff. He would get sued for medical malpractice right and left, even though he's saving patients' lives right and left, because they feel like he didn't do what he said he was going to do. So if a doctor says, I'm going to give you, an aspirin, and they really give you a miracle cure, that cures everything, then weirdly that doctor is in a much greater risk. The second doctor is in a much greater risk of getting sued. And the reason I bring this up in terms of local, and this also has to do with affiliate, is Joe, what you're doing is you are properly future pacing your customer. So the expectation of what they're going to get and the reality of what they're going to get match up kind of on a one-to-one basis.
Right, exactly. And future pacing, I mean, that's what we do right from the get-go. So even in the proposal stage, we'll say, listen, what is your business going to look like in 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months, a year from now? And, and that puts them in perspective. Well, if I don't go with this guy, what is my business going to look like? And I say, look, our goal in the year from now is that your business is everywhere. Where if someone's looking for a carpet cleaner in San Diego, they can't help but find you somewhere. You're going to pop up once or twice. So, that's kind of what we do right from the beginning. And the reports are key in that, because you show them, like when I lay it out, if I'm doing my San Diego clients, I'm laying it out. I say, look, there's 15 cities, or how many sub-cities in San Diego. So we're going to try to rank you for your main keyword in San Diego. That's going to take 3 to 4 months. But each month we're going to make a new page and a new video for each sub-city. So, maybe it's Vista, maybe it's Carlsbad, and then we're going to rank it. So, at the end of the cycle, the end of the year, whatever the contract's for, they have all these properties out there, and most of them will be ranking.
Yeah, that's killer. And then you can go back and say, 3 months ago, I told you that we were going to do X, Y, and Z. Well, here we are. It's 3 months, and we not only have we done X, Y, and Z, but we also managed to fit Q in there as well. Like whatever. Is that pretty much how it winds up being?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it'll be like, hey, we were only going to do this. Sometimes we'll throw in like an extra video, or we'll throw in an extra web page, because it doesn't take much to do that. But what it does is it just secures in their mind that you're working hard for them and you're giving them this extra stuff.
That's excellent. Brian wants to know, do these properties belong to you, or do you sell them everything?
If they're my clients, then they're theirs. So if they're my clients and they pay me $2,000 a month or whatever, and so much up front, it's their properties, and we're working on more of a consultant basis. And I'm slowly getting out of that mode. That's just the model I started with, and it's actually just to get clients. That's the fastest way to go. Right now we're building lead sites, but yeah, it's all their stuff.
Awesome.
So and in the beginning, I talk about it like I tell them it's like we're building them their asset. I'm building them a tangible asset that if they ever go to sell their business, if you have a Facebook page and if you have your website ranking for all these different terms, and that's an actual asset when they sell their business. So that's how we kind of go in on the beginning too.
Yeah, I love that. That's extremely valuable. Mike Legal wants to know, do you give your clients the expectation that you'll continue doing more for them every month? Once they have a site at number one, what else could you do for them? At what point do you stop or slow down the SEO? and how can you keep them happy at that point? I think you've answered that, but maybe just to kind of recap.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. We keep adding pages and videos, and I mean I got it down to where it cost me maybe $100 to create these properties, and I got a system that it goes through,
So when you say
of
$100 to create these
backlinking.
properties, so like for example, creating 30 videos, how much would that cost you?
Well, it just depends. But like, say if I'm doing it monthly, right? I'm gonna create a web page for a subsidy and a video. Well, I already have the voiceover, so I take that voiceover and I give it to my girl, and she's $3 an hour. So for $15, she makes me the video.
Right.
Okay, but let's say I'm out of voiceovers. I gotta make a new one. I got a script writer charges me $8. I got a Fiverr gig that does the voiceover. I'm at 13, and then she charges me 15. I'm at about, let's say, $30, and there's my video. I have another girl that I pay, $15, and she uploads my video on YouTube, runs it through all my steps I have, and pretty much that's all I gotta do, and it's ranking. If it's not ranking, I'll just run a magic submitter campaign that she'll do for me. Then on the landing page, I have a writer that for $10 will write the content. The landing page is already laid out for the subsidy with the videos and pictures, so all they have to do is change out the content, and then that gets uploaded, and then we'll run that through Magic Submitter or Bookmark it. But the subsidies are easy to rank for, so it's not like I got to do a lot to it. So,
yeah, exactly.
So that's what we're building each week. Now, say I have all my properties built and everything going. Well, I also let them know that, hey, every month we're backlinking and we're keeping those properties there. That if once we stop, they'll stay there for a month or 2 months, maybe 3, 4 months, but eventually they're going to start falling. So they know that not only are we creating new stuff, but we're keeping the stuff that they have up. We're keeping it in the right place.
Nice. Brian Halliday makes a note. Videos, etc., is something that your clients can show to their family and other colleagues, so it's easy to justify the cost. That's absolutely true. Now, we got something in from Fletch. Fletch said, I may have missed it, just got in 20 minutes ago, but Joe, are you focusing on the ranking side, or how deep you can get into conversion optimization? What do you use to track and test on conversion?
For my clients, I don't really convert. A lot of times, conversion is, if somebody calls them, right, they got to be able to convert that lead into a sale. I basically focus on getting their properties up there and then getting the most calls per visitor, and we do that with a heat map. So what I also do is I'll put like Crazy Egg. I have that heat map.
Yeah,
so I'll put the heat map on their site.
CrazyEgg.com. I'll pull that up.
Right. And then you can actually make a login for them so they could see their own heat map. So we'll send
actually do it?
We don't do that
actually log in and do it?
Some will look at it. They'll look at it once,
Yeah.
because they can't understand it. But what I do is I send it to them. I say, look, we have this. We're going to make adjustments on your site until we get the bounce rate down. And we got people that are not just going off your site, that they're calling you and everything else. And so the first few months we do make adjustments on some of the sites. Now, I've got it down, I think, for a lot of the services I'm going after. I kind of got the layout down. I know kind of what I need to do, where things need to be, and so we basically just duplicate that layout.
Right. Let's see, Daff is asking, Joe, how important are the screen captions, not annotation, meaning turning on YouTube captions? Should you turn them on or turn them off?
I do captions all the time because we edit the captions and we put the keywords in there. So I always turn them on, and I always do the annotations too.
All right, great. Let me see. I think we had one more question that came in. Okay. Paul's asking, what steps do you have on the YouTube video? I think that it's pretty much the same as your YouTube ranking stuff that you see inside of NHB. Joe actually went through his actual specific stuff. If you have commission conspiracy, Paul, Joe and I sat down in part 2 of commission conspiracy, and he like really took us inside of the details of that. It basically winds up being having the art, a nice hefty article written in advance, placing the kind of the keywords that you want right away. The phone number is the worst thing, the first thing that you put down there. It's actually really similar. If you go to DelawareSEO.org, I have it set up pretty much the same way that Joe does it, the same way that Greg does it. So if you go to DelawareSEO.org and click on that video and go to YouTube and take a look at the description and stuff like that, that's pretty much how we're doing it. And then in terms of getting it ranked, a lot of really what you want to do is either embed that site on your beast sites, on your blog network, or use Magic Submitter. We've got Magic Submitter is a great way to get videos ranking. You can stick embeds in Magic Submitter for your videos, and that's really effective. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit. Eric said, would it be worthwhile to get the Platinum Offline Legion to get their outsourcers to save screening time? Eric, I think the people are pretty happy with that. I don't know, like actually, I think a lot of people here have Platinum Online Legion, so they could kind of answer back and say if they found it to be valuable. Tony said, Joe, where do you find your employees? You're actually gonna have to see that on the replay, Tony. Joe actually was quite extensive and quite specific with how he gets his outsourcers using Odesk and some other services like that. But we will have the replay of this up for you in the next day or two, so you'll be able to get it that way. It might actually take me a couple days to get the replay up because I'm on the road. It might even take as much as a week, but I'll do my best to get the replay of this up for everybody. But yeah, that's a little bit about that. I will try to get it up faster though. I'm not trying to slow roll it or anything like that. Could even potentially get it up tonight. So if anybody else wants to give kind of Eric reviews on Platinum Offline Legion, then certainly do that and let him know and so on. Michael Nash, what video editing software are you using? And do you know that if you can split Sparkle video and put another video in the middle of it, would Camtasia do this? Yes, Camtasia. I do use Camtasia, and you can certainly do that with Camtasia. Did you have any additional notes on that, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, what we're doing with Sparkle videos, and technically I cannot tell you anything how to use it. I mean, I don't know how to use Sparkle. Right, because I don't, I got so many other things to do. I just find someone who knows how to do it, and they give her, all the tools she needs. But what we're doing is actually within Sparkle, we're making a kind of like a box where we'll have somebody talking, like kind of like the green screen guy talking, and then next to him there'll be some handwriting going on, like maybe we'll write out bullet points, or there'll be some animation. So we're kind of combining the two is what we're doing right now.
Do you have an example of that, or is that all on client protected stuff?
I haven't. We're working on it right now, so
okay,
I don't have one up right now, but I can, when I get one up, I could send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be killer. That'd be killer.
And you could take a look at it, because I was kind of going off of what you were saying about having a person looking back at you.
Yeah, I think that's so effective. I think
trying to combine that with the animation.
I love that. I think that's really cool. Okay, well, does anyone have any final questions for Joe on this subject? And otherwise, I'll just take general conversion questions after this. And also, Joe, do you have any parting shots? And of course, thank yous for Joe would be great, because he's been obviously just really, really just dropped incredible bombs here. Really, some incredible stuff. Let's see. Michael Nash said something about Sparkle. Let me see what he said. He said, I got Sparkle Friday night, did one video at 4 a.m. Saturday, it was ranked by 9. I had a meeting with a client and sold it for $600. Also get 10% of the job. That's awesome, Michael. That's awesome. Yeah, lots of thank yous are rolling in for Joe. Joe,
that Sparkle. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Sparkle clients love it, man. I mean, they don't know that it's they think it's $1,000 video. This guy's making and more than likely in the local market, nobody's doing that. And and as far as conversion, another thing local, depending on the niche you're in, you know, it's not, you got to look at the competition too. For a lot of the competition, their websites are just garbage. So if you can deliver a clear-cut answer to the questions people have, you know, you don't have to have like this amazing designed website. You know, they're looking for a service, and if you could show them that you can provide that service fast and give them the confidence that you know what you're doing, then you're going to get the phone call.
Yeah, I'm gonna paste up Joe's 4 things that he's trying to answer with every video. I'm gonna repaste that up. There's 4 things that are on the minds of people who are watching Joe's video, and he really wants to make sure to address these. Number 1, you don't understand my problem. I've got a unique problem. It's especially bad, and I really, my hair is really on fire. I really have a big problem right now. So that's one thing. 2, how do I know you're qualified? Maybe you're a scam artist. Maybe you think you know what you're doing, but you really don't. You know, maybe what you do used to work, but doesn't work today, right now, right? So that's a question in people's minds. 3, what if I don't like what you do? Like what if you do it and it winds up taking me backwards? What do I do? What guarantee do I have that this is going to be successful? And number 4, yeah, this is working for other people, but what if it doesn't work for me? You know, I'm a special, unique snowflake, and you know, my situation is this is the only time in the world that anyone's ever broken up with their girlfriend, you know, under such horrible circumstances, and things are really especially bad for me, and you know, because we were really in love and everything was perfect, but now it's all over, and I'm the only one that this has ever happened to. So, you know, do you have an answer for me, because my situation is unique? And it might sound like I'm being sarcastic, but really, this is how the human mind works. This is how people experience these problems, and so being able to like explain, like, yeah, like, you know, with your videos, yeah, we can handle, you know, window treatments on older homes, right? Yeah, we can do a window treatment on an older home, or yeah, you know, we can do trash removal for people with, you know, especially big pile of trash that's grown up over time, or whatever, you know, whatever the issue is. And of course, I just gave you an example from the dating advice niche. I'll be hanging out with my friend Travis Sago, who's the inventor of Magic of Making Up and Girl Gets Ring, and he has a lot of insight on these kind of starving crowd burning issues, unique issues that people feel like they have, and so that's especially on my mind. Mark Wood said, I see tons of beautiful websites, but you can't find the company contact info. Doesn't do them a whole lot of good if people can't get in touch. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't even want to see their customers. Brian Halliday says, is there any chance of seeing one of the videos, Joe? Joe actually did show off one of his videos. If you search for San Diego traffic ticket, what was it, Joe?
That was traffic ticket attorney. That was just an example of a green screen that my client did. But if you go to this is I could show you this video because this is a niche that no one's going to be able, even if they tried to get into it, there's only a few people doing this. Let me see. Where we did it for a client. Let me see if I can find it. And he hit those points, but really, too, with those points, you want to do that in the video and also on the website, you know. Let me see here. Let me try to find it here. Because he did 2 of them, I'm trying to find the right one. I think this is it here.
And then what we're going to do is, after Joe provides us with this example, I'll give you guys a couple seconds to watch it and ask questions. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom, and then what I'll do is, for around 15 minutes after things are done with Joe, I'm going to try to answer some general Q&A stuff. I've got a couple appointments I have to get to. Things went a little bit long because we had the technical difficulties at the beginning. But tell me, like, actually at this point, we're a little over an hour and a half into this. Give me the kind of the number one if you feel like you kind of got an aha moment out of this, if it's like kind of especially valuable, something that kind of clicked for you? I'm really particularly curious to know. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Definitely. Oh, great. Okay, and Joe's given us this video.
And this is a live video, so this isn't green screen. This is actually shot in his at his warehouse in New York.
Okay, so this is Stair Kit special.
I mean, that's just where, but it kind of goes into. He kind of talks about his company and everything else, because his.
Yeah, and as I'm watching this video, I can really see that you're hitting on these, these objections. You're answering these objections.
Right, and then, and the thing too is like his biggest problem is his website was terrible before we got it, and we changed it around, and we gave him more of a made him more trustworthy, gave people confidence in buying from him, and his sales have like tripled, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, tripled. That's amazing. I'm going to pause the video right here.
Yeah, it's
quite triumphant. Quite triumphant. All right.
I mean, and everyone's going to be, every client, everything's going to be a little bit different, you know. So it's like you just want to get the basis, or you want to get those points in your mind and work around those. You don't have to like, don't get so tight into a pigeonhole that it has to be A, B, C, and D, but you know, you want to get the meaning of it, not, you know, and then go from there.
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying?
Definitely agree with that. Brian Halliday says that's good quality. Joe, how much did it cost to make this commercial, this YouTube video?
That video cost me, that was actually in New York, so I'm here in California. So if it was my video guy doing that, it would probably cost me $350. But I went through another company, so it cost me $650.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Which I put in, you know, for the proposal I made up, you know, yeah, for that. But
yeah, that was
I went
part
through
of it.
something called Turn Here. It's called Turn Here or something, where they do it across the country.
All right, great. Well, I really appreciate everything you brought up. Like, I think just incredibly valuable. You got lots of well-deserved thank yous. What I'm going to do is just really briefly hit mute and run to the bathroom and then come back. And if you have questions, just to kind of wind things up, general money getting conversion questions, I'm going to answer those for about the next 15 minutes. And then that's going to be what we're going to do for this week for money getting. But I think this has been really awesome. And I also want to tell everyone, I did not plan on sitting down with Joe here. I didn't even know that Joe was going to be here today. Joe, can you verify that?
Yeah, no, usually I'm not on the weekend calls, so yeah, I just popped on.
Yeah, this is a real
Sunday.
special impromptu thing, and this is kind of one of like the real special things that we just have going on inside of NHB is it's a real, it's a city on a hill, it's a people helping people kind of situation, and so I just kind of really especially appreciate this is kind of a special moment. And I thought there were just a number of just incredible platinum hits during this event, and I'm as always so proud to be associated with NHBers, and I always pray for you guys' success. So I'll be right back in just a moment, and if you have questions, you can start lining them up in the Skype box. And Joe, I'm just going to leave you as an organizer. You can hang out if you want to, or if you have to run.
Well, actually, I got to run. I got my kids here banging at my door. So
okay, great.
It was good being on here, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Man, that was awesome, Joe. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated.
All right, thanks.
All right, everyone, I'm back. I'm going to start answering questions really quickly. I realized usually I like to begin events with the Lord's Prayer, but we had like some technical difficulties, so I'm going to do that right now. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, I'm going to get into questions, into Q&A. We're going to rock that out for 10 or 15 minutes. And so if you've got questions, go ahead and slide them into your YouTube video box. Daffin said, question, while we're waiting for everyone, SEO Delaware, oops, sorry, things moved for me, has a long description. I guess the longer the better. Also, the tags are listed, repeated in the description as well. Important too, again. Yes, Daffin, it's very important. You need to have what amounts to an article in the description. You want your keywords to be in there, and the way I set up the keywords in that are correct. That's the way to do it, and it's gonna help you have a very nice advantage to ranking. Okay, Tim said, Daffin, are you talking about the YouTube description? He is, yeah. So if you go to, I'll go ahead and risk it. If I go to DelawareSEO.org, then this video that plays, if I click in on that, let's see, copy video URL. So this is that video. And then it's got this, if we say show more, it's got this long description right here that I typed up. And what I do is I type the keywords here, the URL here, and then here you go. This is how we have it set up. So that's how that works. Just gonna turn this off and play. Okay, let me take a look at the Skype questions here. Word on Penguin 2.0. Oh, Jenna, yeah, we don't worry about that stuff. I mean, we have lots and lots of data. We have lots and lots of websites. We have our customers have lots and lots of websites. Our allies have lots and lots of websites. So whatever changes come down the pike. And also remember, it's not like, the fundamental principle of Google rankings is what is it that's going to put the most money in Google's pockets through pay-per-click advertising? And the answer to that is high quality websites that have unique, rich content, that websites and videos that make people click a lot. So websites that get people clicking, because that's what's going to make Google money. If we type in something like, if we go to Google and we type in gold IRA, then the reason that they do Google is so people will click on these advertisements right here. These advertisements make them over $60 billion in 2012. And so what's making that happen is high quality websites like Gold IRA Investments, which is Greg's site, Martin's site, and there's just lots of things for them to click, a video for them to watch, just fun things for them to do on this website, make it very interactive. Maybe they want to click in on paperwork and insight, so they find out about, do you see the writing on the wall, and they get to watch this video, and so on. So they're really, it's a very clickable site. It's a very interesting site. So we build our fundamentals well. Everything we're doing is high quality. It's natural, and then whatever changes that do come through, in many cases we've sort of planned on them in advance, and whatever we didn't plan on, we'll typically react to it. So Jenna, the main thing is that you're in the right place at the right time. Although I will tell you this, a lot of the guys at this internet marketing event that I'm at, a lot of them have reflected to me that they had a real problem with Penguin, and that it took them out of the game when it came to SEO, and that they're really flying blind. And it's something, it's easy to take for granted, the incredible job that Greg does. I mean, obviously me and David help him, and NHBers help him and so forth, but just, what an incredible resource Greg is, and how great it is to have. Jenna says, nice setup, Mike. Thank you. Eric says, appreciate the prayer. I appreciate you, Eric. That's great. Okay. Daffod, I have 10 emergency vet videos in 10 different cities. Do I need to make each description completely unique? Yeah, you do, Daffod. Yep, you do. They need to be I mean, they don't need to be 100% different, but you do want them to be different. I mean, really unique matters a lot. The articles for your YouTube videos don't have to be the highest quality thing in the world. They don't have to be as high quality as certainly as like Squidoo lenses or articles on your website, but you want them to have some good degree of quality. I actually, inside of NHB, I made up a video where I talked about this very thing. Let me pull that up for you. Let's see, let me go into NHB January. Okay, so where is this lesson? It's just going to take me a second to figure out where this is. Might be in lesson 1 or lesson 2. Yeah, all about articles right here. So in page 1, that's all about articles. I go into I go into how to use, especially in this video, this one article video too. I show how to do truly high quality spin. Never use spin text on your money sites, but you can potentially use it on high quality locations like e-zine articles or YouTube or Squidoo. But just follow this lesson right here. That's in lesson 1, all about articles, part 3. Okay, that's the short answer to that. You're welcome, Daphne. All right. See if we have any other questions here coming in. And I'll probably take these questions, and we'll be about done. Also, just as a reminder, this stuff is really important to me and Greg and David Mills. If you go to omgmachines.blog, well, actually, a couple things I want to talk about on OMG Machines blog. It's really kind of expanding. Keep in mind my dispatches right here. Really, really great lessons here on how I do email marketing and so forth. So you can kind of catch up on previous email dispatches that I've sent out. This is the one I sent out a couple of days ago. I'm actually probably going to send one out a few minutes after we get off this event. I've already typed one up to go here. So keep in mind your dispatches area. And the most important page on the entire blog is omgmachines.com/blog/NHB. And this is where NHBers speak out on what it's like, to be an NHBer. And we've got over 60 comments at this point. Always really like people to come in here and place a new comment, update your old comments and whatever. Obviously, we had an extraordinary event today with Joe coming on here and dropping bombs. And if you want to let people know what it's like to be an NHBer, we're really proud of it. We're proud of the whole situation. So always very important for us for you to put an update there. Me and Greg and David constantly check that. Okay, Michael Nash. What system is there where we can send over 5,000 plus emails per day? Do you know? Aweber, there's GetResponse, there's iContact. The two that I would recommend, well, all right. So first of all, this one is 100% free. Listwire.com is 100% free. You can't add. You can't import spread lists into it, but it is 100% free. So if you're on a shoestring budget and you're trying to get started with email marketing, then oh wait, Listwire, is it Listwire? I think it's Listwire. Free autoresponder. Yep, it's Listwire. This is made up by my friend Gary Ambrose. It's a really good quality service, very well worth it. So don't be afraid to use that. And then the two biggies are Aweber, and if you need to import a list, then the best one is GetResponse. Daffin says MailChimp is free with list importing as well. Okay, I don't know anything about MailChimp, but But there you go. You can certainly try that, what Daffod said. Okay, so just get in the whatever last questions you have. Enjoy Vegas, I sure will. I'll be working hard for you, Michael. Got a few people typing right now. I've got Mark typing, Jenna typing. David said, thanks. You're welcome, David. As a business, I use SwiftPage, and they're not a contact manager, just a sender. Got it, Jenna? So Jenna's using SwiftPage. Looks like Mark's typing something. And you know, I'll answer these last couple questions, but you know, that's pretty much that. I really appreciate everyone coming on this event. I know we had some tech glitches at the beginning, but I think this turned into just another amazing, rousing event. Really incredible. Yeah, I got into. Remember, we got into some resources, video blocks. So you can get 120 videos for free, videos and audios. So that's really killer. Brian Halliday actually showed off a video that he made up during the event on Listblocks. That was cool. Brian, maybe you can post that in the NHB Facebook group. I think that would be really valuable. I think people would love to see it. Dennis says, got it, Mike. Thanks for the Webby. Stay safe. Thanks. Thank you all. Really appreciate it. And everyone, don't forget to go to omgmachines.com/blog/NHB. If you like it here in private, tell people in public. We definitely care about what you have to say. If you place a comment, you can always update things, which is great. Daffod video blocks is cool. Thanks, Mike. That was from NHBer, Jason Calori. Remember, Jason Calori, his lesson 4 and lesson 6 videos are now live, and they are awesome. I'm trying to track him down. I'm trying to track Jason down to come live on one of these Saturday or Sunday, one of these weekend NHBs. Tony, dang, forgot about this. Guess I will watch the replay. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Hey, Tony, great to see you. Yep, I'm going to try to get the replay up ASAP. I'm in Vegas, so my internet situation is not exactly 100%, but we will hope for the best. Kristen says, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, Kristen. Really appreciate you. Tony says, thank you. Thank you. Jenna, thank you. Brian, it's also my birthday. Go to PayPal and send me love. Happy birthday, Brian. All right, great. All right, everyone. Oh, Jenna gave you a birthday cake. There you go. There you go, Brian. That's just for you. All right. Well, thanks to everybody. Really appreciate everybody here. If you had questions that didn't get answered during this event, but you'd like me to answer them, you can hit me up at omg@omgmachines.com. I think this is a really valuable event, and you know, just appreciate all you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and you know, happy Sunday to everybody else. Sunday fun day. This is a good event, and do people? Is it generally easier for you guys if we do NHB on Sunday? Is that better than Saturday? Or maybe I'll start mixing it up when I do these bi-monthly sessions. Maybe I'll do like one Saturday and one Sunday. Might make it a little bit nicer for people. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone. This has just been a wonderful event. I really appreciated it and had a great time. And I'll leave Skype on, but I'm going to turn off the GoToWebinar recording. And you know, I'll see you inside of NHB as always. Okay, a lot of people that prefer some Saturdays and some Sundays. Okay, well, what we'll start doing is we'll start mixing it up a little bit. You know, maybe I'll just do every other week. So in 2 weeks I'll do Saturday, and then 2 weeks after that I'll do Sunday. All right, want to thank everyone so much. You all are wonderful. You know, it's all happening inside of OMG and especially NHB, and I'll see you guys next time.